Four young ladies plan a road trip to Carmel Beach. Through this, I have learned it is important to listen to your parents. You see, last year my cousin Sadi was getting married. Myself and two other cousins wanted to celebrate by surprising her with a day out at Carmel. 2 days in planning, and the whole thing resulted in a disaster. My mother's words rang like a bell in my head that I couldn't ignore. She told me not to go. She said I was too young to make adult decisions. I believe that's what made me do it, though. She made me feel like a child when she said I was too young. I was 17. It's only a year from 18. I thought she was being unfair. In my mind, the day was going to be a perfect trip. Everything would go as planned, and my mother would realize how responsible and grown-up I was. That is not how things turned out. We left at 6 p.m. that Friday, 3 hours behind schedule. Apparently, Sadi had a scheduled nail appointment she had forgotten to tell us about. Not only that, but I was the only one in the car who didn't forget to bring her phone. Only, I did forget to charge my phone, and it didn't have GPS. On our way there, we were following Google directions, and we got lost somewhere in Salinas. To make matters worse, Mick began to feel anxiety as the hours passed. She was panicking about every little thing. For example, the fact that our parents were blowing up my phone saying how disappointed they were we had made a poor decision. When we finally got there, we had a blast. We ate s'mores on the shore and laid in the sand, just enjoying every sound and sight of the starry night. Once it hit 10, we decided it was time for the night to end, but our consequences for being disobedient were still yet to be paid. The road was dark, and finding our way home seemed impossible. We had to reroute about 4 times, and because it was late and Mick was tired, her anxiety kicked in again. All we did was drive past the cemetery down the dark road that the gas station cashier had pointed us to, and she did not stop begging Yessie to turn around. Sadi began to be all pessimistic, describing all the effects that would take place if we died that night. I thought it was dramatic, but I just sat quietly and hoped we would get home soon. I couldn't stand listening to all the exaggeration of their thoughts. Thankfully, we did make it home. It was 1 in the morning, but nevertheless we were in our beds and relaxing from the messy night. That day was a stressful adventure, but I learned a good lesson. Even to this day, no matter how unfair I think my parents' decisions are, I still believe in listening to your parents.